Hi, everybody. So today we're going to take a look at two of the biggest personal finance experts out there, Dave Ramsey and the 7 Baby Steps, and the Money Guy Show with their financial order of operations. Yeah, they have 9 steps. So 9 steps and 7 steps, basically.
Nice.
What we'd like you to do is kind of see the similarities and differences. And in the comments, tell us which ones you prefer. Do you prefer one over the other? Or do you prefer a blend? Or do you prefer a third person we're not aware of that we're not showing right now? So we kind of want to see what you think about all this. We'll show some of the differences between them, not all. We're not going to go into the weeds with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then we just want some of your comments back. So I do want to mention that if you go to this website right here, if you've never gone to it, they explain all this in really good detail. And Dave Ramsey does too, with a little less detail, but he does explain all these steps if you click on these buttons. So on your own, if you want to take a deeper dive, look at all that.
Now, there's a lot of information out there. And so what works for you? The big thing, once again, is we want you to think for yourself.
Yeah, and see what's out there and see what resonates with you and understand it too. So step number one for both for Dave Ramsey's, come up with $1,000 emergency fund. Very straightforward.
Straightforward.
The Money Guy Show, their number one step, their first step is deductibles covered. A little bit more confusing until you research it and read about it. But I'll just give a quick example. For example, if your roof has a deductible of $5,000, they're suggesting come up with $5,000 before you move on to step 2.
Yeah.
So you can see some differences already. You might prefer the deductible idea, or you might prefer the $1,000 idea, or you might have a different idea that you think is better.
Yep.
So step 2 is different too. For the Money Guys, they say get your employer match. Do that right away because they say in their notes, it's basically free money. You put in money and they'll match it, either 50% or 100% of what you put in typically.
Yeah.
Or Dave Ramsey,
pay off debt.
Pay off debt. He goes straight to number 2. So there's another difference, right? They're both interesting.
Yeah.
Step 3, pay off debt. Step 2 here is pay off debt.
Yeah. And this is consumer debt, right? This is your high interest consumer debt, your credit cards.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I forgot to mention, we're looking at, as an example, someone with big time debt, like $50,000. We did that with a previous video with Dave Ramsey. So if you have $50,000 in debt,
what should I do?
Yeah, pay off that high interest debt, pay off the debt. A difference is Dave Ramsey suggests using the debt snowball. He says use the debt snowball. Where these guys say either use the debt snowball or the debt avalanche. And if you're not sure what that is, that's a good learning thing you can Google and
do some homework.
Yeah, but basically the debt snowball, do you want to explain it?
Debt snowball is just take your smallest amount and pay off the smallest amount. You get those quick wins, basically. Whereas the debt avalanche is pay off the one with the highest interest. You're chiseling away at saving yourself your money. If you've got a 20% and a 15%, you're paying the 20% interest rate first.
Exactly. And if you go in and read what they say about it, they say do either one.
Yeah.
They're like, if you want those emotional wins, then do the debt snowball. If you want to be more analytical and try to save some money by paying off that higher interest, then do the debt avalanche. So they kind of give you an option when you look at what they suggest.
Absolutely.
Number 4 here is emergency reserves. They suggest 3 to 6 months, but they also acknowledge that you might need more if you're in a certain situation. So they give you some leniency there. Dave Ramsey, 3 to 6 months. So pretty common.
Yep. 3 to 6 months is pretty standard for starting off.
Yeah. And the higher amount might be for someone that has a job that's like in sales, for example, that has more of a fluctuating income, and they might feel more comfortable with like 9 months or 10 months or whatever it is.
Yep.
So it's kind of a window of what most people do is 3 to 6 months.
Nice.
So then we get to number 5 for the Money Guys, and they say if you have a Roth IRA, if you qualify, and if you have an HSA, they say fully fund those first. Fully fund those first.
Yeah. So with the Roth, you're paying your taxes now, and then it grows tax-free. HSA, you've got a whole bunch of different benefits with the HSA as well.
Yeah, triple tax savings potentially.
Yeah.
If you use it as an investment. Dave Ramsey says just invest 15% of your household income. So this is investing. Number 5, it doesn't say it exactly, but obviously if you're putting money in a Roth IRA, it should say that's investing.
It's investing.
But they go on to number 6 and they say max out retirement.
Keep going.
Keep going. And they say get to 25% is what they believe a good goal is.
It's a high number.
High number. So you can see a difference. It's not stated 25% on that list right there, but that's what it says in the notes. And Dave Ramsey says 15%. So again, different advice, both good, both from financial experts. You know, these people know what they're talking about, but there's differences there, and they justify it, both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to look at why they say what they say.
Well, I think at the same time, you have to find what works for you, right? You have to think for yourself. Can you even save 25%, right? Is that a possibility? So 15 might be more obtainable. Great. Do what works for you.
Exactly. And then step 7, just keep investing, hyperaccumulation.
investing.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7, just keep investing.
Yep.
And then when you do that, the next step here for number 8 is prepay future expenses. The most common one that comes to my mind is like college. If you want to try to prepay for that expense through like a 529 plan.
Yeah, for like your kids' college. And Dave Ramsey has that over at number 5, number 8. Pretty close.
Yeah, so they both suggest it. Last step for the financial order of operations from the Money Guys is low interest debt. So once you have all that's taken care of, steps 1 through 8, now if you have a mortgage with a low interest rate, just pay it off.
Pay that off.
Get rid of it. Or Dave Ramsey says pay off the home early too. So the similarities there. And they just keep building wealth and give. So his building
kind of
wealth,
flopped, but it's close.
It's in his build wealth and give is similar to this hyperaccumulation, if I understand this correctly. Again, do the research. So what we'd like you to do is, which one, if you're giving advice to like someone that says, "Hey, I'm in $50,000 in debt, I don't know what to do," would you say, "Hey, go look at Dave Ramsey's baby steps," or would you say, "Hey, go look at the Money Guys financial order of operations," or would you say a third person?
Yeah.
Or would you say, I'm sorry, I keep saying, or would you say take a blend, or what would you recommend or suggest to someone if they came to you?
Put your comments below. Let us know what tips, advice, information that you would give people.
Yeah, we want to know, because there's a lot of different advice out there. We want it to be solid and well understood. So that's it. That's all we got for you. Any last comments, Justin?
No, I think this is good. I think once again, it offers alternatives, things for people to think about and come up with their own opinions.
Exactly. Well, thanks much, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.